Hello and welcome back to Tropico 5. Today we're going to play the 7th mission, Day 0, and our objective is to export uranium while dealing with numerous problems. So we're going to play on the island Cayo de Fortuna again.
Leon is alive! Of course my old friend didn't perish, but simply faked his own death to thwart his enemy. Exactly what I was done. My mentor's return was not incidental. The world is changing. It is a time of social turmoil, a time of rising concerns about pollution, fossil fuels, power. A new energy crisis is looming, and Leon has returned to offer his solution. Greetings, old friend. I faked my death to throw our enemies off track, but I can stay in the shadows no longer. I have come back from the dead to help the world in its time of need.
We thought Leon was dead, that he was killed by an assassin, but no, he faked his own death, and now he is back to save humanity. So there is an energy crisis coming, and the energy crisis is coming because humanity uses too many resources, humans are too greedy. Leon wants to save humanity from that energy crisis. He wants to stockpile a lot of uranium, so when the energy crisis comes, when there's no more electricity, we can use the uranium to turn into electricity. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to stockpile a lot of uranium, and we're going to export it, and when the energy crisis comes, we can use that to save humanity by producing electricity from that uranium. This is how we left off the island after the previous mission, and we see that it is pretty well developed. So we won't have to add a lot. We might have to add like a few residential buildings, maybe a few industrial buildings, but not a lot. So we can still do a walk through the island. So this is our shoreline. We see a few production buildings, some fishing spots, an oil refinery. These are our ports. We might have to add like a few more docks so we have more ships and we can trade more. This is our defensive line. This is a really good defensive line. It will hold back most of the invading forces. This is our town square. And this is a little bit empty, so I might add like a few gardens to make this a little bit prettier. This is a financial district. It all looks good. So what we can do is we can also do like a double duty evasion, which will allow us to import things for less money. This is our residential area, really well developed. People are really happy. And what we also have to do is we have to like implement a few edicts so the people are even happier. So that's what we are also going to do. But we are only going to do that after we get a little bit more money. This is our industrial area. It is really close to the residential area. So a lot of pollution created here goes over to this area, but we got some waste treatment plants which clear up the pollution, and they're doing a really good job. So if you look at this, this all green, which means there is low pollution. There's a lot of pollution on this side, so we might have to build like a waste treatment plant on this side as well. And maybe here, a waste treatment plant would also be smart. We got this little farming area. We also got this bigger farming area. And we also built like a little residential area for the people that work on these plantations to live in. We got some ranches to raise some animals. And then we also got this tourist area that we built for the previous mission. There are also some shacks here, so I might have to build like a little residential area over here as well for the people that work in these villages to live in. So right now we have got like 1,000 people on our island, 1,000 residents, and the cap is 2,000. So we can get like 1,000 more residents on our island. And yeah, that's it. So I already looked at this island, and there are only 2 uranium deposits. So these are the only 2 places where we can mine uranium. So what we're going to do is we're going to immediately build like 2 automated mines, and those automated mines are very effective. So, and we will immediately start mining some uranium because we already developed this island quite a bit. We don't really have to like wait before we start mining uranium, and we are in the red. So we're gonna need some money. We have to export some stuff before we can build more things. So what we also can do is we can take a look at the research, and we unlocked some new research because we are now in the modern times. So this is the era after the Cold War, and this is also the last era. So after this, there's no more era, and we can just do all of this. There's not a lot of research that we have to do. And of course, we also have to take a look at the trade routes. We also see that there are new factions right now. So there is the EU. We got the US still. The USSR should not be here. I think that's a mistake. Right? Or maybe. So Russia. That's supposed to be Russia, not the USSR. So this is the wrong flag. Anyway, oh no, that's China. That's China. Never mind. I thought that this was USSR. No, this is China. So, yeah. So what we can do is we have the USA in our embassy. We got Russia in our embassy, and we can also build 2 more embassies to invite. I think we got 4 factions that we can. We got 5. There are 5 factions that we can have relations with. So the Middle East, China, and EU. Those we still have to invite over to our embassy. So we are really good friends with USA. So we might as well start an alliance, should we? You know what? I'm going to start with the EU. I'm going to do an alliance with the EU because I live in the EU. So we're just going to wait a little bit until we get some money. Okay, I got some money. That's good. And what I want to do is I want to connect this mine to this road. And we're just going to build these things and nothing else. And I also want to do the edicts, right? So we're going to do extra rations for our people so they eat a little bit more. We're going to give them social security because I think we're making enough money for that. We'll do a literacy program so we get more smart people and mortgage subsidies so people can live in more expensive houses. And then let's also do waste sorting, which will decrease the pollution. I'm not going to do this because this costs a lot of money. And what we also can do is we can do, let's do same-sex marriage. I'm also going to do a commuting program, so this reduces the amount of people that use cars. Yeah. Because look at this is all gonna get congested. Look at how many cars there are here. This is only going to get worse. So we have to. Okay, so he wants me to build a science lab. So this is only going to get worse. So what we can do is we can build some metro stations. Yeah, so we can build some metro stations and people will be able to get around the city a lot easier. There is a little park there, which we can get rid of. There's a little. Oh, no. Wait. There is a park here, which we can get rid of. And we can build some metro stations in all of these places. Okay, so that did cost a lot of money. Okay, well, anyway. I didn't realize that the metro stations were that expensive. But anyway, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We already did it. The people are really happy. I like that. And now we just wait until these uranium mines are built. And after these uranium mines are built and we got some money, I might build some extra industrial buildings. If you take a look here, we see that 37 people are unemployed. Yeah, so we're gonna have to... We can build like a few extra industrial buildings. Okay, we got some good money and these are working. So if we take a look here, we can upgrade them. We can purchase the rock breaker upgrade, and this increases the available amount of resources in the deposit by 20,000 units. So we will be able to extract more uranium from that deposit. We can do the same here. Lowers the pollution to the amount typical for other mines. Okay, let's also do that. Low pollution is always good. And what we can do is we can build like a few docks on this side, or maybe one is enough, but we can build a dock on this side so the uranium gets exported really fast. Okay, and then we built the dock, and then we also built like a Teamster office. And the Teamster office will pick up the uranium and bring it to the docks. If we take a look at the industry, we can see that we can build 2 new industry buildings. There is also a third that you can build in a modern era, but you have to do some research before you can build a fashion company. So that's going to take a little bit of time before we can do that, but we can build these 2 right now. And these do require electricity. And we still have a lot of available power, so I'm not worried about electricity. But if we get into trouble with electricity, what we can also do right now is we can build geothermal plants. And these will use warmth from the earth to produce energy. There's a volcano nearby, so we can use the warmth of that volcano to produce energy. And it creates no pollution, so that's a real big benefit of the geothermal plant. And then for this mission, we have to build a science lab. So let's also do that. And I can build it really close to the college. I think that's a good idea. There are some people that are against our plan of saving the world by stockpiling uranium, and they are eco-activists. So those people will try to hinder us. And here we see that the dock is getting built. We got the Teamster office, that's good, and we're going to increase the budget so it becomes more effective. And let's take a look. So we got some construction offices, right? And we can also increase the budget on these things to make them more effective. So we build a little bit faster. That would be really nice. And what I did is I built a few extra embassies so we can also invite all of the other powers over to our island. I made it a little bit prettier. I just put up a bunch of parks. And I will build more parks over here to make it even better. And if you take a look here, we see that we can do like a lot of things. We can, for example, build a supermax prison where we can put all of the eco-tourists. I don't know if it's necessary, but we can do it. Should we do it? You know, let's do it. Let's build like a prison where we can put all of the scumbag eco-tourists. We can build a nuclear program, so reduces chances of foreign invasions. We don't have any trouble with foreign invasion, so I'm not going to build that. And we can also do a space program where we generate research points. Look at how big this is. I'm also not going to do that. I think that's unnecessary. We can do an aircraft carrier, which will allow bombing runs, so we will be more effective in combat. We might do that later. And we unlocked also some new entertainment buildings. So the stadium provides entertainment for richer citizens and tourists in vicinity. So this looks really cool. I want to build a stadium. We will have our own sports teams on Tropico. I think this looks like a really good place to build a stadium. What should we call them? The Tropican Wildcats. They're going to be a soccer team, a football team. So this is the home of the Tropical Wildcats. We can also build like a second one, I think. So this is not a unique building. You can build multiple. And if you look here, we can build a cinema for our citizens. Let's also do that to make them a little bit happier. So people are on strike here, and this might be because of the eco activists, but yeah, okay. So they are back to work. Anyway, we got like a lot of money, so let's do like a tax cut for the people. Like give them back a little bit, right? Give it back to them a little bit. That's nice. You can even do the sensitivity training if you want to. We can also do an international summit, so we will increase all foreign relationships. We're going to invite the EU, we're going to invite China and the Middle East. And we got really good relations with the EU, so we're going to do an alliance. Normally, when you get an alliance with a faction, you get invaded. But in this case, we got a mission and we have to build a new office. And we can do that. That is possible. So if we go here, we see where are the offices. So here are the offices. Generates money based on the number of people living in the vicinity. So we have to build it near our residential area. We can build them here on the outskirts of our city. I'm just going to build a few. Sure, why not, right? And we will also generate some money with that. Have 10 military buildings. We got a lot of guard towers, so these all count as military buildings. And then we unlocked something, a new research. So I haven't looked at my dynasty for a very long time. So we can upgrade Romeo Jefe, and he will allow our tropical soldiers to do more damage. We can upgrade Marita Jefe, and Marita Jefe increases the effectiveness of production buildings by 3. And this Blake Jefe also increases the damage of the tropical soldiers. And Hortensia, we can also upgrade her, sure, why not? Of course, we can also do the building permit, so we will get money.
Presidente, the world media is ablaze with threats from several terrorist organizations. They all keep repeating the same 2 words. They have zero.
There are some threats from terrorist organizations, and what they want to do is they want to reset civilization. They want to destroy a huge chunk of humanity, and the way they want to do it is with nuclear weapons. Because we are mining uranium, people on our island are getting concerned. Like, are we contributing to the cause of these terrorists? So people in the uranium mines have started striking, or they're striking and they don't want to work anymore. But we can solve it by having some waste treatment plants, because that appeases them somehow. I don't know. But anyway, we already had like quite a few waste treatment plants, so we immediately completed that mission. There was no trouble. If you take a look at the pollution map, we see that there's a lot of pollution over here. So what we want to do is we want to build some extra pollution waste treatment plants. Let's build one here. Let's build also one over here. I think that's enough. We almost exported all of the uranium already, and that's because we got 2 automatic mines that mine very fast. What I did is I built like 2 geothermal plants, which will generate energy from the heat from the volcano. And that's pretty much it. So we built these offices, still not built. These 2 buildings started to work, so the electronics factory is functioning. The chocolate factory not yet, because it requires a little bit more sugar. So I also built like a sugar plantation close by. And yeah, so I didn't do too much. We of course can now also invite the Middle East. So yeah, it's going like pretty well. So let's take a look at these missions.
There have been reports of prominent scientists being abducted by terrorists all over the world. I don't have time to be abducted. I'm too close to perfecting my concept for a time-traveling apparatus.
Okay, so Abraham Zweistein is working on a time-traveling machine, and he wants a new research building where he can do his research. I don't know if it's needed because we are almost done anyway. So we almost exported all of the uranium. We also got our prison working. Punishment chamber automatically arrests crime lords and rebel leaders. Wow. But nobody is working because we can invite workers. Sure, why not?
All hell is breaking loose, old chap. The international community is convinced that Tropico is supplying the terrorists with uranium, helping them build their doomsday device and perpetuate Day Zero.
So the other factions, the other countries think that we are in cahoots with the terrorists, and we have to build a bunch of embassies to convince them otherwise that we are not supplying the terrorists with uranium. So I already had these embassies, so this mission is immediately completed. We can just quick build one of these offices so we can get the alliance going. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So, almost have all of the uranium. Almost. And here we got 1400. So if there a ship comes and collects all of this uranium, we are done with this mission. Chocolate factory has also started working. And then the electronics factory. We can also do some upgrades here, for example, consume less gold.
We have been played, Presidente. I have uncovered a massive conspiracy against Tropico, and it appears that your mentor, Leon Kane, has been playing a double game.
Okay, we have been lied to. Leon was the guy behind those terrorist organizations that want to reset the world, that want to destroy a huge chunk of humanity. We have been lied to. Leon lied to us. And we have to destroy these mines. And after that, we win the mission.
So, is this to be where our ways part? You were always a bright student. I will not try to convince you of the rightness of my actions, but will instead tell you my plans and let you judge them for yourself.
We destroyed the uranium mines, and Leon sees that we do not agree with him, so he tells us his plan, trying to convince us to join him. His plan is to destroy humanity. He wants to get rid of the humans, and he thinks that if we get rid of most of the humans, that a new civilization will form, and that new civilization will avoid the mistakes of the past. So the Order has always tried to steer humanity, trying to prevent it from destroying itself, but Leon thinks they failed, and this is his new plan. So will you join me, old friend? No, I won't.
My fellow human beings, on my command, multiple nuclear devices are at this moment being deployed throughout the world. The end of the world as we know it is inevitable. And this is a good thing. Why? Look around and ask yourselves why. 3 billion people live in poverty. More than 2 billion are without a toilet. And what is the world's most popular topic? Images of cats. The cure I offer is destruction. Like the mythical phoenix, a better world shall rise from the ashes. Prepare yourselves for Day Zero.
So Leon has gone crazy. He was crazy all along, but we just found out that he was crazy. So we are going to have to save the world somehow, but we will figure that out in the next episode. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, also leave a comment, comes really up with algorithm, and it would be helping me out, and subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and bye bye.